Hey guys, it's Abby, and today I'm going to start my Q&A that I asked you guys like a month and a half ago for questions. I did answer the questions, but I don't know where the video went, so I decided I'm gonna do it over again. I just slapped makeup on a dirty face and decided to do this video. So I have my cup of coffee, because we'll be here for a while. I have my Bella Pierre nude lipstick to put on my lips. I also have my hair wings because, you know, they can't help themselves. And we're going to start with the questions that you guys asked me on Instagram first. I am going to do this in 1, 2, 3 parts. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. It's going to be a long video. You guys know I'm like pretty good at making long videos. So we're going to do these in parts because I don't want it to be too long where it's too much for everybody. But let's begin with some of the questions. I'm going to answer one question first because this is a very common question I actually get on a lot of my videos, as well as I got asked this on Instagram and my community post. A lot of you have asked me, how do I afford all these subscription boxes? I think sometimes when you watch a YouTuber, I think you don't know how things work. So you see all these boxes that we're unboxing and you're like, wait a minute, that's a lot, and that's a lot of money spent. So to get paid on YouTube, you have to have your videos monetized. And when you have them monetized, you can put ads in your videos. If you make a video that is longer than 10 minutes, you can add an extra ad, or if you, however long, like this is how I think about it. So if I have a 10-minute video or less, I have one ad in the video. If I have a 20-minute video, I'll put in an extra ad. If I have a 30-minute video, I'll put in another ad. I usually don't ever put in any more than 3 ads, no matter how long the video is. How we make money off of YouTube is, I believe it's the watch time. So if you watch my video all the way through, we get paid for that, as well as we get paid if you click on the ad and you watch it. Now, for some reason, YouTube is putting in 40-minute ads on a 15-minute video. And I would never expect any of you guys to ever watch a 40-minute ad, nor do I expect you guys to watch any of the ads, to be honest. I think that when you guys are watching a video, you guys just want to see what's coming up in the video next. So I don't ever get offended if you guys don't watch a full ad. I would never ask you guys to watch the full ad. That's just how, I'm just letting you guys know that's how we are getting paid. There's other ways to get paid, but I'm not really like, I don't know, actually. I just know about the ads. We don't get paid for the amount of subscribers we have or the amount of likes we get or comments. That's not how we get paid. I also do get boxes for review. And those boxes, I tell you guys I get them for review and I review them, and I don't get paid to do those unboxings. I just get the box sent to me for free, which I'm very thankful for. I'm so very thankful that any company would ever want to reach out to me, because I know I'm a mess, and I know that sometimes my videos are messy and I forget to say certain things about boxes, and like I know that about myself, so I'm very grateful that any company wants to send me their boxes. So some boxes I do get from review, and then what I make off of YouTube usually covers my boxes and a little bit more. So it kind of like evens out. So I pay for, I think like 6 or 7 boxes for myself every month, and from the videos that I do to unbox those, I usually make money. I make the money to cover that box. So that's how I can pay for my boxes. I don't make a huge living from YouTube. It doesn't work that way. I'm a very small channel and I don't make a lot of money off YouTube. So anyway, that's how I pay for my boxes. A lot of you guys asked for that, and a lot of you guys asked that question. I was kind of nervous to do that, to answer this question, because sometimes I feel like I can come off being like full of myself, or I don't know. I just thought maybe I might be a snob, but the truth is that making YouTube videos, you do make a little bit of money once you hit a certain point. Once you grow and you make once you grow on your channel and you get a certain amount of subscribers and your views go up, you start making money. I'm really grateful for anything that I have ever gotten at all. Even when it's like a lip gloss being sent to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. So that's how I am able to cover my boxes. Okay, so let's start the next question. The next question is, do you prefer big or small purses? Probably big purses. I carry everything in my purse. So like if I'm going out with my kids, there's a snack or juice or water or anything they could possibly need in my purse. I don't know. I carry like, I think in my purse I have like 4 lip glosses, 5 lipsticks, 2 mascaras. Like I carry a lot of stuff in my purse. So probably bigger purses. Okay. This one is, before marriage and kids, did you have a burning passion to do or be something else? Did you ever do it? And is that desire to do whatever it is still in you? Okay, so before I had kids, my best friend Marissa and I, she passed away, we used to say, like, I used to always help people when I was in high school. Like, people would always come to me and ask me advice or ask me for help, and I would always help them. And my best friend Marissa, she was always like, she's very smart. She was very smart and smart-witted, and like if there was a problem, she'd take care of that problem, but she would do it in like a professional way. Me, on the other hand, I would be like, tell me all your problems. Come here. Come here. Hug me. Let me love on you. So we always used to say that she would become a lawyer and I would be a therapist, and our little offices would be next to each other. So like when they would leave the lawyer's office, they could come to me for therapy. That was a joke between us, and that never happened. But I always did want to teach. And out of high school, I did start working in a school, and then I eventually started teaching there, and I was there for 6 years. So I did do that for a while, and I loved it. I loved working with kids. I loved working with kids. It's probably one of my favorite things I ever did was work with kids. And then it says, do I still have a desire to, and is that desire to do whatever it is still in you? I do have a desire to do bigger things in my life, to do something bigger, and maybe one day that will become a reality. But right now my focus is really on my kids. They're 9 and 11 years old, and I put all my focus on them. The only time I ever really focus on my YouTube channel is during the day when they're at school, but my entire focus is on my kids right now. So maybe later on when they're older, I can focus more on myself and I can do what I've been wanting to do my entire life. But as of right now, it's just my kids. This one is, what is your favorite YouTube memory or moment for my channel? I think my favorite moment was when I hit 1,000 subscribers. And why I say that is because when I started my channel, I didn't know one person. Like, oh no, that's a lie. When I started my channel, I only knew my sister. And my sister was doing vlogs, and I was doing like unboxings and just different things. So her viewers were totally different than someone that would want to view my channel. So the first subscriber I ever had was my sister Amanda, and then I think her daughter. So I didn't know anybody on YouTube. I would put out videos and I would literally get no views for days. When I first started, and it took me over a year to get to 1,000 subscribers because I built my channel all by myself, and then I would go on to other channels and talk to people, and I started getting to know people. And I think my first like real friend on YouTube was Sharon Wise, and she had, I think it was like 2,000 subscribers when I met her, and we clicked really fast. We became fast friends, and we're still friends today. I love her very, very much. And she gave me a shout out, and I think I gained like 200 subscribers from her. And it took me over a year and a half to get to 1,000 subscribers, but I remember thinking that it was the biggest milestone I've ever reached. I was like, oh my gosh, 1,000 people want to watch me. I think that was my biggest moment. And then from then on, my channel has slowly grown. But my channel has never been one of those channels that, like, I've never had a viral video. I've reached 13,000 views on one of my videos, but that's like the highest I've ever reached on any of my videos. I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, if my videos just don't get out there, but I don't gain, like, I've never had a huge gain overnight. Like, I've never had thousands of subscribers come to my channel one night and then me, like, you know what I mean? I've never had a huge growth. I've had a fast growth certain times, and then I have really small, like a slow growth. But I've never had my channel like completely take off where I woke up one morning and I have 15,000 subscribers. You know, like, that's never happened.
Do you know where my phone is?
No, honey, I don't. I have no clue. And every single time I hit like another 1,000, it's incredible to me. I still can't believe that like almost 10,000 people want to watch me. Isn't that weird? It's so okay. I'm going to go on to the next question because I got interrupted like 12 times and I don't know where I was with that one. So, okay, if you could have only one subscription box or bag, which one would it be? For beauty, I'm guessing it's for beauty. Probably the Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. That one is just so good. I actually use the Hey Honey serum that I got every day. It's amazing. I love it so much. Definitely that one, hands down. It would have been BoxyCharm probably it would have been BoxyCharm a few months ago, but Ipsy Glam Bag seems to be doing awesome, and I think they're only going to get better. So for 25 bucks, I would keep that one. Okay, next question is, what is the best thing I can do as a friend to support a person in recovery? If I see them making choices which are patterns to their addiction, should I say something? Probably, I think you should say something, but you have to remember, when someone is going through recovery, it is one of those things that, like, it's a touchy situation. So you have to remember that what they say and do during that time, if they're going back to their old habits, is not going to be something that you're going to want to hear. So you have to take the good or the bad with it. If you say something and they decide not to be your friend anymore, you have to accept it and move on, because they're not who they are until they're actually fully recovered. And that's just like a really touchy situation. But if you have a friend who's in recovery and they're doing a good job, then you support them and you go to meetings with them, or you just hang out with them. You keep them away from what they're used to doing. But it's a touchy, that's like a touchy situation. The whole recovery thing is touchy. Okay. I'm a twin too. Who's the oldest and by how many minutes? I'm the oldest, and we are 15 minutes apart. So I came out 15 minutes before my sister. I was like, nope, you stay in there. Let me have my glory for 15 minutes, because for the rest of our lives, we are going to be sharing our birthdays. So give me my 15 minutes. That's how I feel. That's what I think happened. I mean, I'm also taller, so I'm definitely older. Okay. Here's a question. How did you and your husband meet? My husband and I met where I was working. I was working at a place called the Linwood Market. It was like this little tiny deli, and I was working with his best friend, Matt. So my husband's name is Matt. His best friend is named Matt. And I guess he was coming in to say hi to his friend, his best friend, and behind in the deli where like you make the sandwiches, there was a sink. And the sink was behind a wall, and inside the wall was a little hole. It was like this, like a tiny peephole. And I looked through the peephole, and my husband came in. It was like really sunny out, so it looked like the sun was like rays of summer on him. But he came in. He had long, blonde, curly, spiral curly hair. He wasn't wearing a shirt. He wasn't wearing shoes. He was wearing board shorts. And he looked like a surfer, which he is not a surfer at all. I don't know what he was dressed for, but it must have been just hot out. And we live by the beach, so there are surfers, so maybe he just liked the way they looked. I don't know. He wasn't a surfer. But anyway, he came into the kitchen. I mean, he came into the store, and I looked at my friend, and I was like, I'm going to marry him. Sure enough, I did. I even asked him out for the first time because he would not ask me out. I was like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for me to ask you out? Because I have no shame in my game. I'll ask you out. And I did. Were your children planned pregnancies? Dahlia, my oldest, was not. She was a surprise. Actually, like a few months before I got pregnant with Dahlia, I was like, me and my husband were like, we're not going to have kids. We're okay being selfish for the rest of our lives. Like, make it just about us for the rest of our lives. We don't need kids. Like 2-3 months later, I found out I was pregnant. And Scarlett was planned. Scarlett, when Dahlia turned a year, we wanted to try and have another baby, and I got pregnant with Scarlett. And then ever since then, I haven't been able to have any more children. Okay, why are you shy to talk about anything sexual on your channel? By the way, I love it when you get shy and you blush. I'm not shy when it comes to... Okay, I'm not shy when it comes to sex. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I am shy talking about it. I'm not shy like answering questions from my kids. I'm not shy about anything like that. I show them that I have no, like that I'm not shy. Like I act like it's completely normal to talk about in our house for them to ask me questions and stuff so that they're comfortable with it, because I don't want them to be uncomfortable with that topic. I just don't want them to, I want them to be comfortable with it. But me talking about it to others and like it just makes me a little bit shy. I think it has to do with the fact that like if I feel like I'm talking about it, I feel like people are thinking I'm talking from experience, and that's what I do. So when I'm pulling out like a vibrator from the slut box, I'm like it's shy for me to be like, oh gosh, you know, like here's this. I'm, you know, like I don't know. It makes me feel like people are like, she's gonna go use it later. You know what I mean? It's just one of those subjects that I get shy with. I don't know. You have 3 minutes to grab 5 items from your home that you can own for the rest of your life. What would it be? Doesn't have to be makeup related. Well, should I just keep the people and the animals out of it? Because of course I'd grab all of them. It would be my family and my animals. But if it was 5 other items, it would have to be a makeup bag filled with makeup, a pre-made makeup bag with mascara, eyeliner, foundation, concealer, powder, a lipstick, definitely a lipstick. Okay, so pre-made makeup bag, probably my journals, because I keep a lot of my journals, my phone, pictures, like I have a huge thing of pictures that I would keep, all like my kids' childhood pictures, like, well, not that they're not children anymore, but baby pictures, and probably their artwork. Or if I had a stash of money, if I had like 100 grand sitting in my closet, I would take that. But that's not happening. Okay. Of the beauty subscription boxes that you've received, which ones are your favorites and which are not besides Lola? Well, I already did a whole entire video on that because I did a whole best and worst subscription boxes of 2019. I will link it up here so you guys can go check it out. And if I don't have the link up here somewhere, it's going to be here somewhere. I haven't gotten that part of editing yet, like how to, when you're talking, how to link things right when you're talking. I don't know. Okay. Hey, Abbadabbs. My question would be, is there something in your life you regret doing or something you regret not doing? I do have a lot of regrets. I was a wild child, a for sure wild child. But my biggest regret would be becoming an addict. That's definitely my biggest regret ever. It's my hugest, biggest regret is becoming an addict. You know? Okay. Have you ever been anywhere outside the US? I have gone to Israel. And if yes, where have you been? Or where would you like to go? I've been to Israel and I would love to go back. I also would love to go to Spain or Italy or I would love to just tour Europe. I would in a heartbeat. I would do that in a heartbeat. But as of right now, I can't. You know, finances. Someone wrote, okay, silly question. Are you ticklish at all? If so, where? Yes, I'm ticklish everywhere. I am a ticklish person, and I hate being tickled. If I was being tortured, tickling would be the worst torture of all because I hate being tickled so much. It makes me angry. I don't laugh. I get angry. Do any of you? I get really angry. Okay. Here's another one. How long did it take you to learn how to do makeup? You always look so flawless. I watched some of your early videos and remember you saying, I don't know makeup. Well, first of all, thank you for saying I look flawless. This is just camera looking at me. I definitely am not flawless, and I have all the same problems that most people have with their skin and doing makeup. But if you look at my early videos, I was only wearing makeup like on this part of my eyelid, like eyeshadow on this part of my eyelid. Like I had no idea what I was doing. And how I learned was I would either watch someone's video and see that they were doing, like they were changing up their makeup. I remember someone saying, Abby, you have so much eyelid. If I had that much eyelid, I would take advantage of it. And I was like, maybe I should. And that's when I started bringing up the eyeshadow a little bit further. And then I remember Just Ann saying that she did circular motions with her eyeshadow when she was doing eyeshadow up here. So I started doing that. And I just slowly started teaching myself what works best for me. I still don't think I am great at it. That's why you hardly ever see me doing like tutorials. Even when I do get ready with me's, I'm still like very, like I don't have good confidence in myself. Like I'm always saying, I'm sorry, it probably doesn't look good. I'm working on that. But I've taught myself. I've also I only watched a few tutorials in my entire life, but that was to do like certain, like different colored eyeshadow. I'll watch something and see what they would do or which colors that go together, right? My problem is putting colors together, like which colors look right together. So that's how I like to watch tutorials for that kind of thing. But I've taught myself. I mean, I just have. And I have so much makeup now, it's ridiculous. Okay. Someone says, what's your favorite food? I love all food, so I can't really answer that honestly because I like it so much. If we're talking about a meal, probably eggplant parm or lasagna. If we're talking about snacks, I love to eat anything sweet and salty. So kettle corn, popcorn, those kettle corn chips, like the, not kettle corn, what is it called? Kettle cooked? No. Kettle corn? No, I don't know, but it's a sweet and salty, like popcorn. I like that kind of stuff. I love licorice and Mentos and Skittles. I like the sweet and spicy Skittles, or hot and spicy, whatever they are. If we're talking about like I love vegetables. I love eating salad. I love making soups and stews. I love cooking soups and stews. I love baking, so I love anything that I bake. I could go on forever. I love food, anything. Okay, Lucy Pertface, she says, if you could only eat one flavor of ice cream and chips forever, which would it be? This is the hardest question someone's ever asked me. Ice cream would probably be vanilla. If I had to just eat one forever, it would be vanilla, because I would think that vanilla and peanut butter would be boring after a while, or vanilla and chocolate would be, you know what I mean? So I'd just go with plain vanilla. And my favorite chip, if I could eat one chip forever, it'd probably be the popcorners. I love popcorners. The sweet and salty popcorners. I think they're kettle corn popcorners. They're so good. I would eat those forever. But I love chips. I love like plain potato chips or cheese Doritos. I don't know. Lucy, I can't pick. That's a hard one. Okay, what holidays, this is by Things by the Burke. What holiday traditions do you have with your family this time of year? So this was during the holiday season. So Thanksgiving, Christmas. We do celebrate some of the Jewish holidays, so I incorporate them into our holidays every year. So Hanukkah. So yeah, those holidays. Next question is, do you think of YouTube as a job or a fun hobby? I think of YouTube as a hobby. If I feel like, so now that I've slowly started to make some sort of money from YouTube, I think I should think of it as a job, but I don't like competition, and I also don't like things making me feel like I have to work really hard. I don't know if that, like, maybe that's not the way to say it, but like, I don't want pressure. Like, I don't like the pressure on me. So if I make a video and it doesn't do well, I don't want to feel that pressure of it not doing well because I need to make money. You know what I mean? So I don't think of it as a job, but I do think of it as a very fun hobby. And I do try very hard on my channel, and I work really hard at it, but I want it to be fun. Like, I don't want it to be a job. I want it to just be fun. Okay, are you married? Yes. How many kids do you have or plan to have? I have 2 kids. They are 9 and 11 years old. The oldest is Dahlia, the youngest is Scarlett, and I did plan on having more, but it just didn't happen. What is one thing you've learned since joining social media? That social media is vicious. It is just vicious, vicious, vicious. I don't think there's one video that I go onto that isn't personally mine that doesn't have someone saying something mean to them. It is a scary, scary world out there. People just think that they can say whatever they want to whoever they want without consequences. And it's because there are none. There are none. There's no consequences to being mean to you on the internet because they're keyboard warriors. So they're sitting behind they're sitting behind a computer saying whatever they want, and they don't care if they hurt your feelings. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I always, like, if someone writes something nasty to me on my videos, I used to pin the comment, but now I don't do that anymore. But when someone writes me something mean on my videos, I always write back and say, like, thanks for writing this comment. I'm sure you really had to point out the one thing that either bothers me or bothers you in this video. Do you think that I don't notice that I'm a little different, or that I can't pronounce things right, or that I'm acting weird? Like, do you think that I don't notice these things? Because I do. But you don't have to point it out to me. And when you say something really mean to someone, when they're putting themselves out there already, it kind of sucks. And these comments are the reason why a lot of smaller channels don't make it. They don't want to continue because so many people go over there and they're mean to them. I cannot stand that. But I would rather them be mean to me on my videos than go to somebody else and be mean to them on there. Like, I'm hoping that when they are mean to me and I write something like that, they won't go to the next person and be mean to them because they don't want to be told that they're being mean. And I usually get a comment back that's like, well, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just telling the truth. But sometimes your truth that you want to tell someone is uncalled for, and you don't have to say it. If someone walked over to you in the store and they were like, "Wow, your eyebrows look really bad today," and what would you do? Like, what would you do? Would you be like, "Thanks so much for pointing that out. Have a great day"? No, you'd be like, "Why would you say something like that? Why would you walk up to me and say something like that?" Like, you just wouldn't normally say things to somebody to their face, but you can say them on the internet, and that is something that I cannot stand about social media. V says, I'm so excited. How many pets do you have? I have 3 cats, my babies. And one guinea pig. I used to have two, but one guinea pig. Those are my animals right now. What made you start YouTube? Okay, what made me start YouTube? Well, my sister Amanda had a vlogging channel when she lived in Germany, and I used to watch her all the time. And to tell you the truth, I never really watched YouTube before that. When she started her channel is when I started watching YouTube. And then when she moved home, she would make these videos, and I just thought they were so much fun. And I was like, I want to do that, but I don't want to do vlogging. So I would sit on like the coffee table in my living room and prop my phone up. And I remember doing thread up unboxings, and I would do door-to-door organics where I would get like these big boxes full of organic produce, and I would show you guys what I was getting. That's how I started, and I did it just because when I moved into this house, I remember we had just gone through such a terrible time, and I remember my kids were going to school all day, and I was sitting home, and I was just sad. I was sad and lonely, and I needed something to do, so I started YouTube. I started YouTube, and now here I am, almost 3 years later. Okay, if you could pick one sub box for the year, what would you get? The Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, and I think you would too, V. Don't you think? What's your hands down favorite foundation to use and why? As of right now, I have two favorites. I really love the Fit Me by Maybelline. I think it's a great foundation for anybody that doesn't want to spend a huge dollar price on a high-end foundation. You can build it up and make it full coverage if you want to, and it's very beautiful on the skin. But I have been using the Revlon Candid foundation. It's a new foundation. It just came out maybe a month or two ago, and I love it so much. It doesn't make me look oily. It doesn't break up on my nose because those are my trouble spots. My trouble spots is right here and right here. Foundation just breaks up there, and I haven't had that issue. But it could be because I'm using other products underneath of it, but I love that foundation so much. If you haven't tried it yet, go try it. They also have a concealer that's really good. Go try it. It's Candid by Revlon. Definitely a good one. Would like to ask, is the primer important before makeup? I always forget applying it. Okay, to be honest, I used to always forget primer too. I never use eyeshadow primer, but I do use concealer on my eyelids, so I use that as a primer, but I used to never put primer on my face. I started putting primer on my face because my T-zone got oily, and it would kind of keep my T-zone like from getting oily, but it never really made a big difference when I put it on how long my makeup would last. I never thought it made a difference, but I got the Hey Honey serum in my Ipsy Glam Plus last month, or this month, and let me just tell you, I've been using that as a primer. It says that it will, like it says on the bottle, to use, you can use it under makeup and it'll make your makeup look flawless. And when anything says that, I'm always like, no, that's not true. Nothing's gonna make your makeup look flawless unless you have flawless skin. Like, it's just not how it works. I have been using that as a primer. I wash my face, I moisturize, and like 15 minutes after I moisturize, I go in with my serum, with the serum, and I put it here, here, and like all right here and on my forehead. And I have to say, I absolutely love the way my foundation goes on with that serum. I've been using it ever since I tried it, probably about 2 weeks now, and I love it so much. I don't think I'll ever go back to another primer. I think that I'll always use that serum. I think I'll always use it. It's so good. It makes my makeup look, I wish it would do something for my wings. It makes my look up, my look up, oh my God. It makes my makeup look really good. I love it so much, but I never thought primer was important. Okay, next, what is your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is probably Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. My sister Amanda comes here for Thanksgiving. We just have lots of food and the kids run around and play, and I love Thanksgiving, but any holiday where my family gets together is my favorite. So, okay, let's see. Someone says, congrats on your sobriety. First of all, but what was your sobriety for? I guess I mean, what was your drug of choice before you got sober? If this is too personal, I completely understand. It's not too personal. I'm very open about it. I used to have ovarian cysts really bad, like really bad, to the size where I would have to go into the doctor and they would have to like, they would have to watch them so that they wouldn't get too big, and sometimes I wouldn't go in and they'd burst. It was probably the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. Ovarian cysts are really bad. I also have psoriatic arthritis, and at one point my knees, I would wake up in the morning and my knees would be like as big as softballs. They'd be like this big, just round, full of fluid. and I was in a lot of pain. So I went to a rheumatoid doctor, and they put me on pain medicine. And I remember after 2 months, I went into the doctor and I was like, I'm just not feeling well. I feel like I'm getting sick. Like I feel like I have the flu. And she says to me, well, that's because of the medicine. It's probably because of the medicine. The medicine is making you feel like that when you run out. And I was like, well, that's weird. And the next thing you know, she wrote me another script and wrote me another one and wrote me another one and wrote me another one. And that is exactly how it happened. It's totally because of a doctor. They could have given me an anti-inflammatory. They could have given me Celebrex. They could have given me anything else, but they didn't. And that's how it started for me. And it was like within 2 months, that was it. No, I didn't even think about it. I was like, nope, I can't live without them. So that's how it happened. Another question is, here's a good one. What animal would you choose as your spirit animal? Hugs. And that was from Amy. Well, first of all, if I was to ever die and come back reincarnated as an animal, I would love to be a house cat for like an elderly lady. I just would, like, feed me, love me, hold me, hug me. That's what I want to do. I just want to be a lazy house cat. So probably a lazy house cat. I'm so interesting. Okay, another question is, I know you are a lipstick addict. What is your favorite brand and color? I don't really have a favorite brand. I love the ColourPop Luxe lipsticks. I think they're great. I think they're comfortable. I mean, they're a lipstick. I could wear them every day and they're a great price. I don't really have a favorite brand because there's so many lipsticks out there and so many brands out there, but I definitely like the ColourPop ones. If we're gonna do a liquid lipstick, it would probably be between Ofra and Beauty by Brianna. And lip glosses, I love the ColourPop lip glosses, so probably those. Next is, how old are you and how many siblings do you have? Love watching your videos. Thank you. Okay, so I am 37. I will be 38 in June. I used to hate saying my age so much. It's taken me a long time to be able to be like, yes, I'm in my 30s. I have 6 siblings. I have 1 brother and I have 5 sisters. Okay. And this one says, how did you meet your husband and how long have you been together? My husband and I told you guys how we met. We met when we were 19 and we've been together ever since. So we got married at 26. So we've been together for a very long time. Like, we grew up together. Anything that's ever happened in our lives, we definitely have grown up together. Definitely, for sure. All right, so that was the last question that was on Instagram. I'm going to now go onto my community tab on YouTube and do those questions there, and I'll see how long that video is going to be. But if I have to sign off now, that's what I'm going to do so that this one won't be too long. But thank you guys so much for asking me all these questions. I love that you guys want to get to know me, and I can't wait to get to know you guys. So write something about yourself in my comment section so I can learn about you guys too. And I hope everyone's having a really great day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will definitely be back with part 2 soon. I love you guys so very much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!